Hey, and we are back on the Trade Mastermind show. For the first time in nearly 2 years, I am live across all Trade Mastermind social media. I hope you've all had a fantastic 2025, and I'm going to make this a hell of a show for each and every one of you guys. And this is going to be something that I'm going to do almost daily to engage with the community, to engage with our followers, to engage with our supporters and our customers. Now, the purpose of this show is very simple. We're going to start with a really great format, and that is Q&A with CEO of Trade Mastermind, Joseph Valente. So you're going to get to ask the questions. And if you're new to Trade Mastermind and you're a trade business that wants to grow, head on over right now to trademastermind.co.uk and fill out one of our contact forms. And if that's too much to ask, just drop us a DM on social media and one of our team will pick it up for you. So Trade Mastermind is a training company that helps trades businesses to scale. We teach trades business owners to get off the tools, go from tradesman to businessman, and for the real ambitious ones, become a king of construction. Now, 2025 is all about growth. I love January because it gets people in the right mindset for success. And that's what this is really all about. We want to focus on winning and growing and leveling up and growing personally, professionally, and financially. And there are two things that I want you to focus on in 2025. I want you to focus on you, because it's you versus you. I want you to focus on you growing as a business person and ask yourself, when was the last time you got business training and education to help unlock the next level in business? Then also, I want you to think about the second most important thing to building a successful company, and that is your operating model. What's it all about? Is it one that's scalable? Is it one that's profitable? Is it one that's sellable? Because if it isn't, then guess what? You need to change it. Because some business models just aren't designed to scale, and some business models have huge upside and potential for growth. So you've got to decide whether yours is suitable or it isn't. So what we're going to do for you guys now in a moment is start to answer some of the frequently asked questions that we get here on Trade Mastermind social media across TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We are live everywhere. And what we want to do now is take the first question, please, team. If you want to bring that up into the comments, I am going to answer that question now. Okay, so the first question we have here is, how can someone in trade build a reputation or a brand that stands out? Well, first and foremost, most trades businesses miss the importance of having a great brand. How are you represented in the marketplace? Do you have a unique identity that is known for value, that is known for trust, that is known for service, and that is known for quality? And so my advice to anyone looking to build a great reputation and build a great brand is to focus on the brand. And if you use your name, I mean, a lot of trades businesses do, right? And, I remember back to my early years at Impra, okay, when I started up my first business at 22, I had a choice. Call my business JB's Plumbing and Heating, or call my business something that had a commercial, unique identity. And so I went with Impragas. And Impragas meant entrepreneur in Latin, a variation of that word. And that, for me, made me stand out from the crowd. It was a brand that I was passionate about, and it was something that customers saw as a rival to British Gas. Because put yourself in the customer's position. If you're going into a quote and a survey, and you are, you've got no branding, no logo, no sign writing, a rubbish website, no social media content, and they don't know you, then you've got to already be at a disadvantage. You're going to already be at a disadvantage because those are the things that people that want to pay a premium look for. You know, if you go to a local cafe and you go and buy a coffee, you're probably going to spend about £1 on that coffee. If you go to Starbucks, you're going to spend on average £5 for that coffee. Now, they're both selling coffee. They've both got a building. They've got seats, tables. They might have a little bit of cake or whatever, okay, in the front section. But the difference between the two is a local cafe has no brand on the front of its coffee mug, okay, but Starbucks or Costa, okay, have a big brand that everybody recognizes. And because of the brand, people are willing to pay almost 5 times the amount, okay, for the same product. Because, yeah, the coffee might be a little bit nicer, but is it really? Okay, or are you just paying for the brand name? Well, my experience tells me that the majority of you are paying for the brand name. So you've got to build a business that has a great brand name. And if you currently don't have any branding, you are the local cafe version of your product, service, and business, whether you like it or not. So the aim of the game is to get good. And as part of Trade Mastermind, we have a design agency that helps do rebranding, logos, all the artwork, and all that stuff. So it's all taken care of. But let's take our next question. Great question, by the way. Well done. Okay, so what have we got next? What mindset shift is required for a tradesperson to turn into a sales-driven business owner? Great, fantastic question. And the reason is that, believe it or not, okay, many people aren't tracking their sales figures. They're running a company with no sales targets. And I've trained thousands of businesses. This is not something that I've made up. It's not an assumption. Yeah. I've asked this question to thousands of trades business owners. And I say, who's not setting sales targets? The whole room's hands go up. And I say, why? And most people say, because we didn't know we needed to. And that's the biggest challenge for many small business owners, is they don't actually know the basic fundamentals of growing a business. Yeah. So when you shift from a reactive tradesperson, just waiting for the phone to ring because you've built your business off word and mouth, to a sales-driven business owner that focuses on targets and closing deals and winning business and invest in sales training and sales skills, all of a sudden your revenue skyrocket. And Trade Mastermind's business owners are a shining example of what success looks like. When people join our 12-month programs, our 7-figure academies, the 7-figure boiler business builder, the 7-figure construction business builder, or the 7-figure solar renewables and EV business builder, their businesses grow on average within that period 370%, because they go from a reactive strategy to a direct sales and installation strategy that focuses on high ticket and high margin work. That's the aim of the game. So when you make that mindset shift, you will have explosive results. Next question. Okay, why do you think people say turnover is irrelevant? Turnover is classed in some circles, okay, when you grow a big business, as vanity. People say turnover is vanity, profit is sanity, and cash is king. That's absolutely right. There's no point having a high turnover business with zero profit. But the key word I just said there is high turnover. I hear some small businesses saying to me, it's not about sales, and they're doing £100,000 a year. And I'm like, you cannot run a business on £100,000 a year and expect to make a good income. Like, that's turnover. Like, come with me when you're doing 10 million and then say turnover is vanity, profit, sanity. But you don't use that terminology when you're doing less than multi-7 figures, because revenue is the primary injection at the front end of a business. You know, sales equals cash, cash equals profit. Without sales, you've got no business. I don't know what's so difficult for people to understand about that, but People miss it, and then they say profit sanity. I'm like, dude, you got like 100 grand a year. What profit are you going to make on that in turnover? Nothing, right? So you've got to be a multi-7-figure business to worry about is your turnover and profit, misaligned, because even a small business. But the fact is, a small business, their first number one priority is not profit. A small business owner's number one priority is getting their sales up, because if they don't get their sales up, the profit's not even going to be worth talking about. And look, let's face it, right? As a gas engineer and electrician, you could probably make 50 grand a year, 60 grand a year working for somebody. So if your business is doing 60, 70 grand a year turnover, by the time you net your costs off and marketing and overheads and everything else, you're going to have like 10, 20, 30 grand a year left as income. And this happens across the board. People try to work for themselves. They graft hard. They think that showing up and grafting hard is going to get the job done. And it gets no job done. And people waste years and years and years running a reactive business model that gets them nowhere. And they never make more than what they would just working for somebody, but they all got all the stress of running a business. So turnover is the only misconception about turnover being vanity is from multi-millionaires that have got the turnover to then optimize to make the profit. But for a small business, it's all about turnover. Okay, you've got to get your numbers up. That's why our courses are all called the 7-figure X, Y, and Z, because if you don't have 7 figures in a business, you're never going to be able to get away from it. £1 million is like the sweet spot for most companies where they've got enough cash flow, profit, resources, systems for the owner to actually take a step back. Because in any business smaller than that, the owner is owner managing. Yeah, they don't really own a business, they own a job, and they are doing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 jobs in their company for way less than minimum wage when they quantify the time going into it. The only benefit there is that they're doing it for themselves and they can work for themselves. So some people don't mind making a bit less and putting in a huge amount of additional hours. But if you're going to put in the hours, make it worth it. Make it worth it. Don't take a shit wage. You got to take a great wage. Yeah. All right. Good. Next question. Okay, why did I start Trade Mastermind? Fantastic question. Trade Mastermind is a business that's grown beyond my wildest imaginations. I had no idea how successful this company was going to become, how much this was going to help change people's lives and impact everything positively. And I started Trade Mastermind because I was a customer. I am a product of the product. I've come up in the construction industry. I've been in it since I'm 14. Since I was 14, I left school at 14 and a half. Can you believe that? Okay, 14 and a half. And I went to work with a plumber. By the time I was 16, I went to college, became a gas engineer, started a business. And then I grew my business to the largest independent boiler installation company in the UK. From one man in a van to 7 figures a month. No one's ever done that. 6,000 boilers a year. It's unheard of. But that business had some challenges. It made mistakes. It had a lot of success. And I learned from those failings in that business. And I said, well, if I've made mistakes in business, then I'm sure many others have made mistakes in business. So how can I use my experience positively to help other people to succeed and not make those same mistakes? Well, I decided that I was going to teach tradespeople how to become business people, and the rest is history. We're now an 8-figure company with 60 plus staff, with thousands of customers, 10,000 square feet of offices, about 9 streams of income within the business. We have a training company, a recruitment agency, a podcast agency, a design agency, a digital marketing agency, a finance business and accounting, a CRM business, and so much more. We have an ecosystem of products and services where tradespeople can invest and we are a one-stop shop for trade and construction business owners. We offer service, we offer support, and we offer training. It's a game changer, so unique. And 2025 is going to be all about growth, taking this business from 10 to 25 million and beyond. Next question. Okay, so what are some of the common challenges that trades businesses have when they join Trade Mastermind? So I think the biggest challenge for any business that comes and works with us is getting their head around the change. People get stuck in their ways and they do things for so long in a certain way that it's hard to break bad habits. And so we're there to support, help, coach, mentor to overcome those bad habits. So mindset, most business owners are in their own way. That's really important to note. And then secondly, it's about the time that needs to be spent on working on your business, not in your business, because there's a period of time where you've really got to work hard in the business and work hard on the business. And that takes a lot of work, hours and hours and hours of work out of hours. Yeah. And so it burns people out. And, that's probably the biggest challenge is, going through the pain. But remember this, you need to live your life like most people won't, so you can spend your life like most people can't one day. That's what being a business owner is all about, being an entrepreneur, short-term profit sacrifice, long-term profit gain. Next question. Could you share a success story from one of your clients? I mean, we've had so many success stories here across Trade Mastermind, but I will share one guy, Kev Jones. He's done phenomenal in his business, Kev Jones Plumbing and Heating. He started with us as a subcontractor, earning £250 a day. It took him just under a year and a half to take his business from being a subcontractor to a boiler installation company following our 7-figure blueprint and achieving 40 installations a month to the tune of $100,000 a month in revenue. Phenomenal growth, built a 7-figure business in less than a year and a half using Trade Mastermind's blueprint. So Kev Jones, phenomenal success story. And there are many, many others that we will share. And as we do these lives, we're going to upgrade this format. And tomorrow we'll have some testimonials to play throughout the live. And it's going to be a real game changer for you guys. This will also go onto YouTube, so you can watch it again. It will go on to Trade Secrets podcast on Apple, Spotify, and all of the channels where there are podcasts. And you'll be able to watch it back on this live. So just make sure you're subscribing to this channel. Make sure you're following us right now. Make sure you're getting involved, and being part of what it is that we do here. Okay, great. Any other questions? What is the single best piece of advice you've been given in your life? Okay, so my favorite quote of all time is don't wait for opportunity, create it. No one is coming to save you. The cavalry isn't coming. It's you versus you. And if you get yourself educated, if you invest in training, if you invest in your business, if you invest in yourself, you will reap the rewards. Do something today that your future self is going to thank you for. So that's it for the live today, guys. Thanks very much for everybody that's been watching this. This was an impromptu live, but tomorrow we will be back. Okay, so take a look out. You need to follow each one of these channels wherever you're watching so you can get notified. Yeah, if it's on YouTube, subscribe, notification bell, the rest of them. If you follow the channel and turn on whatever notification features on that channel, then you will get notified. If you're a trades business looking for growth, go to trademastermind.co.uk. Okay, be part of the revolution, the evolution, the growth. We are leveling up every single trades business in the UK. There are 374,000 trades businesses, and we want to help every single one of them to grow. That's our mission, that's our motivation, and that is what our vision for 2025 is going to be all about. Thanks for listening, guys.